Oh, hey, we're back. So, we're back! Woo! We're going to be doing some more parts today, guys. Today, we got our Koyo radiator. We got our Perrin inlet tube for the turbo. We got a Grimspeed boost control solenoid cover and boost control solenoid. We got our powder-coated intake manifold for the STI. It's going to be going on. And I think we also have a Grimspeed front mount kit that's going to go on here. So, I'm excited. Let's get started. So, I don't mean to rush the video, but we're kind of on a deadline here. And if anybody wants to win this car, they probably want it running first. Right, Brian?
That's right. Win it now.
Yeah. So, anyway, we got the intake manifold on. Well, I did. I don't know about we. But, and then the, let's see, what else we got going on here? Oh, that's right. The turbo inlet tube. Got it all nice and what the hell was that? Got it all nice and squished in there, nice and clamped on. I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting the rest on now. All right, and now I got a lot more stuff on. Let's see, we got our expansion tank. We got the Grimspeed boost control solenoid with the cover. Got my vacuum lines ran nice and cleanly. Got the purge valves all hooked up to the inlet tube. Alternators back in with the new belts. Got some of the wiring ran a little bit. Let's see. I don't know, man. It's just, there's so much to do when it comes to putting an engine back together, but we're just gonna keep going. Just gonna keep powering through. Alright, so I think next up we're gonna be doing this nice new Koyo radiator with a Grimspeed hose kit. Shout out to Grimspeed. We got a lot of good Grimspeed parts on this car, actually. I think it's going to go nicely all together. So we'll get the fan swapped over and get this thing installed. Boom! Got it installed. So we got our nice new Koyo radiator. By the way, I really like these Grimspeed hose kits. It fits really nicely. Has just enough clearance between the power steering pulley and the radiator fan. So it's like shaped really nicely compared to a lot of other aftermarket hoses. And then I got my nice new Grimspeed intake on. I'm really excited about that. It looks really good. Now we just got to get the front mount intercooler piping going, I think. I ran the vacuum lines from the fuel dampers all the way through. Got this nice... Really? My light's dying. Got this nice set of vacuum lines going all over the place. And installed my fuel pressure gauge, which I almost forgot about as well. But alright, let's get the front mount kit going. Oh man, first I gotta go through and fix all this freaking wiring on the horn. That looks terrible. Alright, so I got the wiring all tucked up and looking nice. Remove the headlights too, because we got some new ones coming in. That'll be in a later video, but they're gonna be pretty cool, you'll see. But next up we got this massive Grimspeed intercooler core. This thing is awesome. Beautiful. Hopefully I'll be able to fit it with these horns. I don't know. Guess we'll see. Alright, so it does kind of fit, but basically we had to take off the supports for the bumper underneath, and then this whole piece along here just barely kind of touches the intercooler. I don't like that, so we're gonna fix that problem. Whew, alright. So after about 5 minutes with some channel locks and a hammer, I've solved the issue. There is no longer a lip to get in the way. Now we can put the intercooler on with no issues. Woo! Ah man, that looks awesome. So now we got plenty of room in between the intercooler. Look at that. Zero problems. And it fits great. And it's freaking huge. It's gonna give us so much cool air for the engine.
You fit great and you're huge. Is that still recording? Son of a bitch.
Alright, now it's the fun job of unpacking all of this crap and getting the intercooler piping on. So I'm going to do that now. So the first thing I like doing is getting everything laid out right in front of me, so I know exactly where it's at, what it looks like, and then get it all organized. So all the clamps especially, because sometimes they're going to be different sizes, and people don't realize that. There's been so many times where I've seen people install their own intercooler piping kits, and they'll have clamps in the totally wrong spots, and it just doesn't work. So always keep an eye out for, you know, these ones are the extra big ones. If you look really close, let's see if I can, hold on, let's see if I can get that on there. Yeah, see, this one says 2 9/16 to 3.5 inch. These are all the same, and then these are all the same, and this one little small one in the end. So go from smallest to biggest. Make sure you're putting the clamps in the correct spots. If you're not sure, check the instruction manual. It's really not that hard. Just, yeah, do it right. All right, got the driver's side pipe installed. Wraps around, comes out, goes up this way, straight around to the throttle body. One thing I really like about this Grimspeed kit is the way that it just bolts down right here, and everything just fits together super nice and clean. Works really well. We're still waiting on the elbow that goes into the bypass valve tube and goes to the new bypass valve. That should be here hopefully in the next couple days. But now I'm going to work on the hot side coming off the turbo and going down to the intercooler. Bam! Got it on. Got my nice intercooler piping running all the way down underneath here. Coming up this way, right over top of the intake, which is one thing I really like. They give you just enough clearance to not have any fitment issues there if you do it right. And it comes around, goes straight to the turbo, clears our AOS line, no problem. Now I can start hooking up a couple more hoses and stuff that I was waiting to do until I knew where the intercooler pipes were going to be, like our coolant hose going to the expansion tank, and our vacuum lines coming off of the top of the AOS. So, sweet! Let's get it going. We'll get the battery in there, and I think we're almost done. Alright, so I got my nice new AOS lines hooked up. I run it my own signature way, where I use my little zip tie trick, make it nice and clean looking, have it come underneath and go straight to the front of the turbo inlet. Don't steal my idea. Looks super clean. And then I think there's not too much left. Like I said, we're still waiting on the elbow for the bypass valve, so we can get that installed and then we can pressure check the system. We could add oil and coolant, but I might wait until we're ready. Otherwise, I guess we'll get a couple of the, you know, nice looking things on. I don't know. I think next we're going to get our nice new Grimspeed crash bar on, because we got to have safety. Ugh. So we're going to install that right in the front. And it's on. Super easy install. It actually comes with 3 of its own bolts, or I should say 6, because there's 3 per side, but really easy install, and it's definitely a must-have if you're doing a front mount intercooler. When you do these, you take off the factory bumper support, and you'll lose a lot of structural integrity in the front end if you take that out. So putting this nice bash bar in front, it may not be as strong. I don't know the statistics on that, but it's definitely better than having nothing there. So if you get into a small front end collision, collections? Collision? I can't say the word.
Collision collections.
Yeah. If you get into a small front end collision, you won't end up in collections. That made sense, right?
That was better. That was good.
Yeah, that worked out, right?
Yes, sir.
Sorry guys, I've been kind of sick the last couple days, so I'm still recovering a little bit. I think next, let's get our Grimspeed little fender accent pieces on. Those look great. And then Billetworks sent us these beautiful Mod Garage caps. Oh man, I really want to see those on the car. Let's do it. Hell yeah, got our TMG caps on there. They fit perfectly. Billetworks did great on this one. We got the Grimspeed side pieces on. Sweet. It's coming together.
Alright, so the next part we're going to put on is this nice new Borla catback that Brian snagged from a guy locally. It's actually in pretty good shape, and hopefully it should muffle the exhaust a little bit more than our current one does, which, if you look at it, it's basically just a factory catback with some ghetto welding, and I don't even know, man, but that doesn't fly with us. We're not gonna let that stay on the car. We want at least something good on there, so we'll get this put on, and then I think it'll sound great when it's all ready to go.
You see all that water you came out?
How long that's been sitting in there? Cool. How do we get the new one on? Sweet, got it on. It looks actually really nice. The fitment was great. Pretty much no issues. I got it all polished up a little bit and cleaned with some stainless steel cleaner. I can't wait to see what it sounds like. But all we gotta do now is add the, I think the, what is it, the bypass valve, the Grimspeed bypass valve, right?
Yeah, that should be it.
Yeah, we'll get that on, and then I think we're good to go after that. Alright guys, so we just got the last part on the engine. It would be this beautiful Grimspeed bypass valve right here. One thing I want to say is I'm really happy with the way everything fit together on this engine. It's all good quality parts. I mean, Grimspeed supplied a lot of it. It just fits perfectly in this engine bay. There's no issues whatsoever. It's probably one of the cleanest EJs built in the Northwest. Right, Brian?
That's right, it's so nice.
So nice, yeah. Ugh. We just can't wait to get this thing started, which unfortunately they're gonna have to wait until the next video for. But all we got to do now is add some fluids, and I think it's ready to go. It's gonna be great. You excited, Brian?
I'm so pumped.
We're so pumped. Whew. Okay. So don't forget, guys, go enter to win, because the drawing is almost up. When is it up?
It's January 27th?
January 27th.
February 24th, I believe.
So February 24th is
We find out the winner.
when we find out the winner. Dude, I can't wait. All right, so let's move on. Next up, we're gonna get this thing started, so definitely check back.